Hello everybody and welcome. It's been quite a while since we brought you one of these videos, but here it is. It's been a year and 2 days since our very first video log, and in this one I'm going to be talking a little bit about reframing. I'm also going to be introducing our new editor. This is my oldest son Elmo. One of his goals this year was to learn how to do video creation, video editing, so this is part of helping him achieve his goals. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the episode. It is a beautiful rainy day here in close to the end of July, and we've been needing it. It's been very dry lately. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about reframing. One thing that everything has in common is that there's a constant of time. Like, regardless of what you do, time is passing. And so it's important that rather than worry about what's happened in the past, problems you may be having, things like that, that you reframe and you continue to move forward. Now, the idea behind reframing is that you're taking a concept, in general something that you have believed for a long time, or something that may be holding you back, and then reframing it in a way that allows you to progress. For example, saying, "I suck at art," isn't really useful to you. It'll end up holding you back. It'll prevent you from progressing and developing. But if you reframe that, you're still identifying your current lack of skill, but if you reframe it in a different way and say, "I currently am not as good at art as I would like to be," you've reframed it in a way that can allow you to make positive growth and development. For example, my son knows very, very little about video editing, but part of his goals this year were to progress at it. And so if he were to get on himself right now and say, "Well, I'm no good at video editing," he wouldn't make progress.
I actually am a little, but not that much.
Yeah. But by reframing the idea and saying something like, "Right now you have yet to learn a lot about video editing, but as you learn, you're going to improve."
Like, I want to learn more, not just sit around all day.
Yep. And so that's a form of reframing. And I encourage you to look at all aspects of your life. We do this in a lot of subtle ways, like, "I'm not a good enough person," or "I wish I was more attractive," or "I wish," you have ways of getting down on yourself for things. But if you reframe those and say, "I may not be at this point that I would like to be at," or "this may not be exactly the way I think it should be now, but," and you reframe it in a positive way, fill in the blank with whatever you want it to be, you can actually adjust the way you think about things. You can live a more hopeful, a more positive life, and actually achieve your goals much more strongly. For example, Electric Flo. We were hoping to have that thing done, finished, over with. If I were to hit it with a negative, we're not keeping our schedule, the game's not complete, we're failures. That's not useful to anybody. But if I reframe that and say, "Yeah, the game is not yet complete. However, we have made great progress, great strides, and we've seen a lot of progression over this last year since the initial release. And we're in a good position to continue growing and to continue developing the game." That's a much more positive way of looking at it. And so, once again, I encourage you to look at your life and look at how you can reframe the things in your life to give it a more positive spin so that you can start seeing it in a better light. And that way you'll be able to continue working towards your goals. So it has been a long year, and as you can see, we've had quite a few changes. Both, just physically, I'm wearing these now, but also just growth within my family and also within the company.
Rabbits.
We have rabbits now too. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Electric Flo. When we initially started the project, because of some limitations, we set up all of the character movement based around tile by tile. So each of the larger floor tiles would be used for character movement. So for example, if a light was on anywhere in a tile, the character would be able to move in the tile. Well, our amazing programmer has now stepped up and done an amazing job to make it more localized. So now the lights go on in zones, and within the game it's respective of walls and other objects as it creates these new lit zones for character movement. So that's going to be a big part of the next update that we put out. Along with that, we're making more progress with the art. We have a new artist on board that's helping out with the environments. And we're continuing work on the characters. So we have the third character, Lily, who's now modeled, textured, rigged, and has got the basic animations. And we have the fourth character that needs to be introduced, Sam, who's now been modeled and textured. So I encourage you to keep checking out the website and the Facebook and all the other social media stuff to keep up to date on that. But we're hoping to have a new an update out as soon as we're able to. So one final note. Over the last year, we have received a lot of wonderful feedback, and I want to encourage you to keep sending it in. As you do get a chance to try out our update as soon as we're able to post it, please let us know what you think, because your feedback has helped us with most of the improvements that we've been able to make. We really want this to be a game that does reach our audience and becomes something that is both a good experience, but also a powerful educational tool. So any feedback that you have, we really appreciate it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.